Peter and John followed Jesus as he was taken away. The men took Jesus to a high priest Annas. John knew Annas, so he went inside to talk to him. Peter waited outside. A maid saw him and asked, "Are you one of the disciples?" Peter replied, "No." Near him, some guards were standing by the fire. One of the guards asked him, "You were with Jesus, weren't you?" Peter denied this again. Then another guard claimed that he had seen Peter with Jesus in the garden. A furious Peter replied, "No, I was not with him in the garden or anywhere else." As soon as Peter said these words, a cock crowed loudly. And suddenly, Peter remembered that Jesus' prophecy had really come true. Jesus had once said to Peter that he would deny him 3 times before a cock crowed. Jesus is brought before King. Jesus was brought before the Roman governor of Judea, Pontius Pilate, for final questioning. The priest told him that Jesus had caused a lot of turmoil amongst the people from Galilee to Jerusalem. At the mention of Galilee, Pilate asked Jesus if he belonged to Galilee. Jesus replied, "Yes." Galilee was ruled by King Herod. So Pilate sent Jesus to King Herod for giving the judgment. King Herod had heard a lot about Jesus. He knew that Jesus had powers. King Herod was keen to meet Jesus. He wanted Jesus to show him his miracles. When Jesus was presented in front of King Herod, he kept asking Jesus many questions. But Jesus did not reply to any of them. He remained silent. No amount of pressure made him reveal anything. In the end, as King Herod could find nothing against Jesus, he sent Jesus back to Pilate. Jesus is taken to Pilate again. Once again, Jesus stood before Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea. Pilate jointly called the chief priests, rulers, and people, and said to them, "You brought me this man as the one who was inciting the people to rebellion. I have examined him in front of you. I have found no truth in your charges against him. Neither has Herod, for he sent him back to us. As can be seen, he has done nothing to deserve death. Therefore, I will punish him and then release him." Pilate could see that Jesus was a good man and had not done anything wrong. He suggested that Jesus be flogged and then released. But the priests did not like this. They wanted Jesus to be crucified. Pilate asked Jesus, "You claim to be the king of the Jews. Are you?" Jesus calmly replied, "So you say." Barabbas and Jesus. It was customary to release a prisoner chosen by the people during the Passover festival. Pilate went to the people and asked, "Who should be released? Barabbas, the rebel and murderer, or Jesus?" Pilate was hoping that the people would ask for Jesus to be released. But the priests had already told the people what to say. The people replied, "We want Barabbas to be released." Pilate was not surprised, for he knew how jealous the priests were of Jesus. He did not want to sentence Jesus to death. So Pilate asked the crowd again, "Do you want me to release whom you call the King of Jews?" "No, we want Barabbas. Crucify Jesus," the crowd replied. Pilate was afraid that riots would start, so he gave in to their demand. Then he called for a bowl filled with water. He publicly washed his hands and announced, "Take note, I am innocent of Jesus' blood."
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.